Hey everybody, JK Callaway here at Real JK Callaway, coming at you with the results for this week's hashtag skirmish game. This week we played hashtag parents will never understand. Lots of really funny tweets coming in from this one. Make sure you do click on the tag itself and start scrolling. You'll meet new people, you'll discover funny things, and you'll, have a good time on Twitter. We didn't trend this week, but that's alright. Still lots of funny stuff, as you will see, because now we're going to get right into it. Our top 10 for this week's hashtag skirmish game. Hashtag parents will never understand. Number 10 comes from @CatBirder27. Parents will never understand why kids today can't even. I get vernacular changes and catchphrases change with the generations, but how lazy is can't even? Finish your thought. You can't even what? You lazy jerks. Number 9 comes from @Who'sIsaac. Parents will never understand the rules of texting. I'm still trying to figure this out myself. Granted, I'm a parent now, so the only rule I can really think of is if someone doesn't respond right away, don't start just flooding their inbox with crap until they respond. They're probably busy. Just calm down. Number 8 comes from @BradThePigman. Parents will never understand you can post on social media in lowercase. That is kind of strange. Why is it always the older people that don't know how to turn off the caps lock? My favorite is when you see like things that should be heard when you're reading them. They should be heard in your head in like a calm manner, but whoever put the post up, either Twitter, Facebook, whatever, did it in all caps. Like, so it comes out saying something like, "I'm gonna go home, have a glass of wine, and go to bed early." Like, no. Yeah. Actually, go ahead and lowercase that a little bit. Number 7 comes from @Robin46_2. Personally, Teletubbies. I'm not sure when that show started. I think it was like the mid to late 90s. So thankfully I was like a teenager around that time. Even if it was a little after that, I was in my early 20s, so I never had to deal with this. But what I've seen is just nightmare fuel. The only thing I remember about it was like some politician, I think it was Newt Gingrich, wasn't it? It was like Newt Gingrich came out in a press conference or something talking about how one of the Teletubbies was gay and how that's a problem. No, the whole show is a problem. You're a dick for making it about something else other than just its general creepiness.
Winky turn. Tinky Winky cut.
Number 6 comes from @Samlet with 3 T's. Parents will never understand where you got your attitude from. I'm starting to see it already in my 6-year-old. Like, I was kind of a nervous kid, I guess, before the age of, like, before being a teenager. I was more a nervous kid and very shy and reserved, but like good at everything I did, and he's doing the same thing, man. Like, he's kind of nervous. He's good at making friends, but like he's definitely afraid of making mistakes at times, and no matter what he does. And like, I get that. I was that way too, man. They're literally replicas of you, not only in physical nature, but emotionally. It's weird. It's like amazing, but it's weird and it's horrifying. Number 5 comes from @Wasabi. Parents will never understand an episode of Yo Gabba Gabba without being high. I don't think that'll help much. Take everything I said about the Teletubbies earlier and just triple it. Like, Yo Gabba Gabba is just another one that thankfully was after my time as a kid, so I never got into it, but that seems like a heroin fever dream to me. That's just horrifying. Number 4 comes from @Julia_Ryder_. Parents will never understand that before you reply to a text, you must first check if you hit a group or individual thread. That's true. Oh, some of the stuff I've gotten from my mom that wasn't just me, obviously, it was like the whole family. It was like a Christmas exchange thread or something, and then she posted something meant just for my dad, and scarred for life. Number 3 comes from @3ElizabethRose. Parents will never understand that you can use more than your index finger to type a text message. Who did I see? Old friend of mine, her name was Maria, and we were at a concert or something, and she kind of worked, she was a producer for a show. I'm not going to say which show. She was the fastest texter I've ever seen in my life. And I'm talking like, she just have her phone right here, and I'm talking like, send. And I'm like, what just happened? That was magic. It was really cool. It was witchcraft. And it was super cool. Number 2 comes from @RGalava85K. Parents will never understand that they are no exception to the "you're embarrassing me" rule. Some parents might not understand that. I very much do, and am very much looking forward to abusing the crap out of that. I am going to be that parent so hard, especially when they start dating. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be delightful. I don't care if they're gay or straight later in life. Could care less as long as they're happy and they're honest with themselves. But I cannot wait to meet whoever they date, because I'm going to drive them away so hard. Now, before we get to our number 1, here are a few honorable mentions, including one from the host, @RealJK Callaway. One from me. Parents will never understand why kids make the exact same mistakes they themselves made. It goes back to what I said before about how they're just carbon copies, man. Not just physically, but emotionally, psychologically. They're the same, man. It's really weird so far. And yeah, they're gonna screw up just like you did. And the funny part is, I keep telling my 6-year-old, I'm like, here's how I used to be, and I see it in you. You have to be a little more out there and a little more free to make mistakes. Mistakes are good. That's the best way to learn. Failure teaches you how to succeed, blah, blah, blah. And he's just doing the same thing I did. He's got to figure it out for himself. It's really cool. And really depressing. They're going to figure out whatever they got to figure out in any way they can, or whatever works for them, and just be around to answer the questions when they come. One from @AA Skelson. My parents will never understand that I'm not a kid anymore. I have my own kids. So back the F off, Mom. I got this. I do not have this issue. I cannot relate with this tweet, but I understand that people do. I understand that there are some moms out there that are a little... No, my mom's great, though. She's, she doesn't stick her nose in nearly enough, in my opinion. I think she could more. It's fine with me, because she's brilliant, and she's great with kids, and, extremely loving. So, yeah, sorry. Sorry, Skelson. I can't relate to your problem there. Shout out to my mom. She's not a subscriber. One from @JimishBathia. Sadly, some parents will never understand that LGBT is totally okay and acceptable. And sadly, they still pass that shit down to their kids. Many steps forward we take, we're always going to take a few back, because some people just scared to change. There's Klan rallies again. Like, openly in public Klan rallies. The alt-right movement. Nazi party. Aryan, just Daily Stormer. Like, just out and happy and thrilled to death about showing everyone how fucking hateful they are. Progress. One from Robin Dwaskin. Now that I'm a parent of teenagers, this tag just depresses me because I don't want to turn into my mom. I'm sorry, Robin, but to quote Elton John, it's a circle of life. It's weird and wonder. I don't know the next line. I just... That's what it sounds like. But yeah, I mean, hopefully your mom's a good person. I don't know if there's tension there. I hope there's not, because from all accounts, I don't know you that well, but I can tell you're a great mom, so your mom did something right. And one from @CoolCam101. Parents will never understand, but neither did their parents either. It all balances itself out. I've officially become that parent that's like, wow, today's music is terrible. And I remember very distinctly listening to, God, what was it? Rage Against the Machine. And like on headphones, and my dad came up and grabbed the CD and saw that it was the original, their first album, with the guy who's set himself on fire, and looked at the back and looked at some of the song titles, you know, Killing in the Name of, Know Your Enemy, you know, stuff like that, and just looked at me and just shook his head like, oh God. And it's funny because now there's some Rage songs, because Tom Morello is such a genius, that, you know, there's some Rage songs that are on some classic rock stations now. It's weird. But yeah, like, we all go through that. It's so weird. Like, there's going to be things that my kids are into that I am going to scoff so hard at. And our number one for this week's hashtag skirmish game comes from @CarlsWall. Oh, I picked a 280 tweet. Alright, let's see how many takes this takes me to get it down. Most parents will never understand how good things were in their days. Nope. Most parents will never understand how good things were in their days. When mental illness went... Most parents will never understand how good things were in their days. When mental illness meant incarceration, when sex education meant an older man calling himself Padre, and comedy on TV was without swear words. Three takes. I've been trying to figure out for the longest time when it was that America was great that we're trying to return to. Let's just go back to like the Salem witch trials, when, you know, if things didn't make sense to me, I just set it on fire, you know, because bigly brain. Yeah. It's funny because, you know, we're in the information age. And that's not the same thing as the intelligence age, obviously. We have all the information in the world, and a serious lack of intelligence to understand it all. And there it is, my friends, our top 10 for this week's hashtag skirmish game. Hashtag parents will never understand. Thank you everyone for playing along. Lots of funny tweets out there. Obviously more than these 15, so make sure you do click on the tag. Just start scrolling. That's how I found the top 10. And the honorable mentions. Before you go, make sure you do download the hashtag ROUNDUP app. Outstanding app, consolidates all the best weekly hashtag games, including hashtag skirmish. We play every single Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. A lot of fun. I appreciate you playing along with me. Also, make sure you give them a follow. They just broke 10K. And my personal account @RealJKCallaway just broke 25K followers. How cool is that? Thank you. It's pretty wild. Also, please do like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate when you do. My name is JK Callaway. We will talk to you again next time.